Alright guys, today to start us off, our Kaiser Angus annual bull sale is coming up, and so Dad decided we were going to redo our fence. So for the past 2 weeks I've been busting my tail trying to get the fence done so that it is ready for our annual auction. So the steps that I took was, step 1, obviously remove the fence. Step 2 was obviously to take and put in the new pipes, and then step 3, as you can see, I put the bunk line pipe up, and then I put all the continuous fencing panels up and gates and whatever else we needed to do. So throughout the weeks when I was putting in the pipes, I tore out one side at a time so that I could ensure that our little friends right here, this one is Tommy and Tim and Big Mama, had a place to live while I was doing fence work. This class relates to this because with this fence we will be able to bring our bulls over, which is I think 100, close to, somewhere in there, 100 bulls, bring them over so we could sell them. Now the fence, you're probably wondering if the fence before would have worked. The fence before could have worked, but the fact that it was so rotten, it was hard to contain animals. So get out of the way, Timmy. Now I'm gonna go walk around and show you exactly how I designed the bunk line, and it might get a little breezy. I'm staying out of the wind. So when I welded these bunk lines, obviously I had personal protective equipment on, but I took and I saddled it down here, and then I put a piece on top so when they put their head under here and push up, they will not rip the span pipe off. And as you can see here, I got some grinding work to do here tomorrow, or the next couple days. And with that, I will be able to smooth that up, and it used to be just a regular point, so I blunted the edge. That way our little friends' necks won't get hurt. Yeah, what do you want? So I did this on this bunk line, the far bunk line, and then I took and come over here and I'll show you and explain what I did over here on the continuous fencing panels. On the continuous fencing panels, there are 6 clips welded on each post. And then that is the way every one of the posts are the whole way. So, welding that I had to do, and if you give me a second, I'll be back in the non-breeze area, and I will keep explaining. Now, I took and while I had the fence tore out, I cleaned out the pins. There was manure in here that was from, I don't know how many years worth, that I took and cleaned out. That way it had a fresh start and was ready to go again. I also took and fixed up our little building, our cattle barn, and the cattle shed. I had to fix some tin on it, that way they wouldn't cut themselves. Now, another thing I forgot to mention was the prep work. All of that pipe you see is galvanized steel. Now, the post that we got, which we got roughly 100 posts, roughly 100 to 120, I can't remember what Dad said it was, but we got 100 to 120 posts that we roughly had. So I took and there was 5 left, so I put over 100 posts in, we'll just say that. Now, each one of those posts had metal piping or brackets welded on it for sprinklers. So I had to take and clean off each one of those posts buff them up so the cattle wouldn't cut their necks, and pound them in the ground with our post pounder. After I did that, I took and did the same thing to the sprinkler span pipes. The sprinkler span pipes are roughly 40 feet in length and weigh about 200 pounds. Each one of these span pipes, I did 6 of them. I had to take and cut 8 bungs off the top and about 5 or 6 brackets, I think it was. Each one of them I had to cut, grind, polish, and then as you could tell there was 3 angle irons per bunk. So I had to take and cut 3 angles for each one of the bunk posts. And over here on this fence line there's 14 bunk posts. Over here there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And on the other one there's 5. So, with that being said, there's 3 to a post, so you can do the math, but that's a lot of cutting. Also, once I finished cutting all those, I had to prep them because galvanized steel will not weld very well with a stick welder. So I had to buff and polish each one of those and where it went on the pipe and where it went on the post. Now also, another ag project that I have done, or doing, is most every day I have to come feed these hooligans. These are just one of the chores I have to do. I have to feed this, going to be a bull for next year. And that's his mama right there. Then I have to feed Tom. He was a twin calf in one of my co-owned herds. What do you want, Tom? Then over here is Timmy. Timmy, where are you? Timmy's eating. I have to feed Timmy. His mom died. So every day we're feeding 4 bottles a day. And then if you come over here where my steers are at, hey, found a treasure. It's a clip that I welded on. Put that in my pocket for later. Here they are. So here's a hurt cow that we're just feeding until we can get her to the sale. And then here's Dumbo, my steer. And throughout the last couple months, or month I should say, I have been feeding them so that I can get them prepped for the 4-H fair. And with that being said, they are over here. I came in out of the wind. With that being said, what I will do with these is they are future beef. Basically, it's going to be a feeder steer that I show. I'm feeding them 35 pounds of feed or grain a day and about 30 or 40 pounds of silage, and then I don't know how much bale they eat a day. But when my grain, or with my grain, there is molasses, oats, cotton hulls, barley, and rolled corn. And that is a grower mix for my steers. My steers weighed in here 2 weeks ago at the white-faced one, or the one right here closest to us. He weighed in at, it was 980, and then the far one behind the cow, the brown one, weighed in at, it was 930, and then the one behind them all, it weighed in at 820. Now, for the fair, they have to make 1,000 pounds for you to show them in the 4-H fair. So, with that being said, I'm continuing to push them hard and trying to get them to develop good muscles and look good and sharp for the 4-H fair. I also didn't mention that I feed them a muscle stimulant pellet, which is like designed to help increase muscle mass and muscling over the whole animal and just make them bigger and bulkier. I like these steers a lot. They're starting to shape up pretty nice, and I feel like I have a good chance of placing in the county fair this year. So thank you guys for tuning in, and I better get to doing chores because Tim, Tom, and Bull and Mama Cow and my steers are all hungry. So thank you guys. Bye.